Hey guys, here's page 1 of the review packet for the Unit 5 test. So this first problem says the angles of a triangle are in the extended ratio of 7 to 8 to 15. Well, remember we said whenever we have an extended ratios, we want to determine our ratio and we want to determine our total. Okay, well the extended ratio is 7 to 8 to 15. And we're finding the angles of a triangle. Well, the three angles in a triangle always have to add up to 180. So that's going to be 7x plus 8x plus 15x equals our total. Our total is 180 degrees. So let's solve for x. Remember, x is our multiplier. It just tells us how much I have to multiply each of these three things by to get to their actual values. Well, if we want the medium angle, it says let's take our medium, or that middle number, and multiply by 6. And that gets us to 48 degrees. That's the measure of our middle angle. Our smallest angle will be 7 times 6, which is 42. Our biggest one will be 15 times 6, which is 90 degrees. Okay, the next part says the ratios of the side lengths BC to CA to BA are 7 to 9 to 12. Well, BC has a length of 28. CA has a length of 6x. And BA has a length of 7x plus 6. Well, I want to solve for x. In my opinion, the easiest thing, so I have x here and x here. I really only have to use one of them. So I'm going to use this thing here. I think this is a little simpler. And here are my numbers. So I'm going to take this thing here and use that to solve. So when I cross multiply, I'm going to get 6x times 7 equals 28 times 9. Well, if I do 6 times 7, that gives me 42x. And if I do 28 times 9, let me grab my calculator. Uh-oh, I can't find my calculator. 1 second, guys. Okay, well, 28 times 9 is 252. And my last step is to divide both sides by 42. And when I do that, I get x equals 6. Okay, let's keep going. Here we know that AB goes with DE. So AB goes with DE. I know that BC goes with EC, which means that my last two sides go together. Well, we need to solve for AC and ED. So remember, I know AB goes with ED. I know that 20 goes with 16. They're both in green. And I know that AC is equal to 12. Okay, well, the first thing I want to do is simplify this. And remember, once I simplify the one with just the numbers, that's my scale factor. We always want to put the first one on top, the second one listed on the bottom of the fractions. Well, now let's solve for ED. So 10 over ED is equal to 5 over 4. If I cross multiply, that gives me 5 times ED equals 40. And if I divide both sides by 5, I get that ED equals 8. Well, now I'm going to use those two to solve for AC. That's going to give me AC times 4 equals 60. And if I divide both sides by 4, I get AC equals 15. Okay, let's keep going. So number 5 says, given that AB, or sorry, triangle ABC is similar to GEO, I'm going to write up my extended proportion. So AB with GE, BC with EO, and AC with GO. Write an extended proportion, which is what we just did, and solve for x. Well, let's substitute in. AB is 12, GE is 100, BC is 15, EO is x, AC is 20, and GO we don't have anything for, but we're just solving for x. So I'm going to take this here and cross multiply. So 12x equals 1500, and if I take 1500 and divide by 12, I get that x equals 125. We're working in centimeters, so 125 centimeters. Okay, number 6 says complete this. So go ahead and cross this off. We don't need you to solve for AB. It's a little trickier than we meant it to be. But here we go. So we know that ABE goes with triangle something else. Well, take a look. A is a shared angle for the smaller triangle here. And for this larger triangle here. So since A is a shared angle, it means it's going to be the same in the red as it is in the yellow. So A can go first. Now E has one arc and C has one arc, so E and C are going to line up. Since E is last, C needs to go last, which means D, my last letter, is going to go in the middle. So for my extended proportion, AB goes with AD, BE goes with DC, remember order matters, and AE, the first and the last, goes with AC, the first and the last. Okay, now we're going to start solving for X using similar triangles. So 9 is on the side between the one arc and the two arcs, and 4 is on the side between the one arc and the two arcs. Then X is between no arc and two arcs, 6 is between no arc and two arcs, those go together. So now I can say 9 goes with 4, and X goes with 6. Notice I did this first over this triangle over this. We have to keep that pattern. So 4X is going to be 54. I divide both sides by 4, and I get 13.5. Okay, over here, let's take a look. These are going to be vertical angles. So the 8 is between the one arc and the right angle. 12 is between the one arc and the right angle. X is between the one arc and the nothing marked. 10 is between the one arc and the nothing marked. Those go together. So I'm going to do this triangle and then this triangle. So 8 over 12 equals 10 over X. And now I can cross multiply. Okay, so there's the first page of the review packet. Stay tuned for page 2.